everyone. Doing something a little bit different tonight, as you can probably tell. I figured that the closet was probably not a sustainable place for me to record my videos, so I'm trying out different setups. Right now, I'm in my office. You might see just for the next couple of weeks me try different places to record these Friday videos, but hopefully this sounds good, and I just need to do small tweaks here and there. We'll see. We'll see. But I hope you all are doing well. I have had actually a really pretty good week. Since I moved to the place I live in late March, I haven't really been able to do anything for a couple of reasons, but one major one is because my dog, Ladybird, who I'll put a picture of up here on the screen, she had a a tumor, a skin cancer, and I've been trying really, really hard to get an operation. Thankfully, it's something that doesn't seem like it's life-threatening. It was on her leg, but obviously that's something that's very serious, and it was really affecting her ability to walk. And this week, I was finally able to get it removed. And I've been very, very happy. It feels like such a weight lifted off my shoulders. Obviously, it's literally a weight off of her shoulders, well, her leg, but you know what I mean. So, I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot I need to do, but it does feel like something that was a major burden for both of us is now resolved. You might also see me cut in and out between having headphones on in this video. Again, just trying out different things. Really, though, I mean, this has been, especially the last couple of weeks, really exciting to see people engage with the channel more. People find these videos on their own. The comments that you guys have left have all been incredibly exciting. So thank you to everyone who's here, everyone who likes these videos. You're really giving me a lot of inspiration. It's really, really exciting to see you enjoying my content. I've basically considered this a full-time job right now. My time is mostly split between looking for jobs, but really hoping that this channel can take off in a way where I can just do this full-time. I would love to do that. I would really, really love to do that. But that brings me to the subject I wanted this week's video to be about. That when you are doing really anything, but especially in a creative space, well, you know what? No, I mean, not especially in a creative space. In anything that you do, whether it is a job, whether it's your personal relationships, whether it's your friendships, how you view yourself, it can be so easy to compare yourself unfairly to others. And I mean, I'm speaking from a lot of experience in saying that I spent a lot of my life I spent a lot of my life being told I was insecure, being told I needed more self-confidence. I've always had a little bit of disdain for a lot of advice that comes along with those things. Things like you should act this certain way, you should not act this certain way, you should be more confident, you should be more comfortable with yourself. And I mean, in some ways, that is good advice, but a lot of times it's well intentioned but bad advice. I have kind of a policy with advice that anytime somebody tells you what they think you should do, or, I mean, at worst, judge you about what you're doing, that's coming from their own perspective without any sort of insight into the specifics of the situation that only you can know, which I'm sure you've heard before, but it's not something so broad as your past or what you've done before. But like, even in that moment, I was thinking about this earlier today, and a lot of people treat advice like it's just like this cookie cutter idea of you just do the same thing for everyone in a given situation. And we do that in so many ways when it really is just not right to do that. It's the analogy that I was thinking before is like the analogy I was thinking of earlier today is that we treat advice like, we're just assuming that everyone we come across is our mom because everyone is a person and the first person we ever met is our mom. So therefore everybody's our mother. Obviously not the case. I think if you are someone who gives advice, I would say just give consideration to the fact that there's so much going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. The person you're talking to might not even know about. But for those of you who are really, really focused on something you're struggling with, I would say the best thing you can do, even if it's really, really hard, even if you're like me and you're really, really critical on yourself, is to just be kind to yourself. That's the first step in letting other people find ways to help you, and for you to be able to feel like the things you're doing are actually having an impact. Because you could be making all the moves in the world, you could be doing all of the right things in the world, but it's not going to feel like anything if you're constantly just focused on what's going wrong. The reason I wanted to talk about this week is one way that I've been dealing with this myself is with YouTube. It can be very easy to especially look at other content creators and see this person put up their first ASMR video, literally saying my first ASMR video is their title, get 25, 50,000 views, where, I mean, granted, I haven't been great at uploading, but I've been doing this for a year, and sometimes I'll be lucky if I even break 100 views. And if you let it, that can be really, really disheartening. And I think everybody knows this. You see evidence of what that train of thought can turn into on the internet. You see people get outrageously misogynistic. You see people get desperate and blaming and aggressive. But what does that do? I mean, maybe it might lead to 15 minutes of exposure, but that's not going to keep anybody. That's not going to interest anybody. That's not going to make anybody seem felt or heard. whether I'm doing this for money or creative expression or because just I love making videos, and all of those things are irrelevant if I treat the absence of people as a hostility for the people that are here. And that's not nearly as important as the people that are here, as important as you are watching this, or hopefully asleep to this. There's a saying that I like that I'm sure you've heard that is, comparison is the thief of joy. Which pretty succinctly covers what I'm trying to say, but if you want to think about all of those things, you can apply it to anything. Just some examples from my life. I've used that advice in the corporate world. I've used it with relationships, with friendships, with lack of relationships and friendships. And I think that if it weren't for realizing that many years ago, that I would be in a very different place. Being kind to yourself with that opens so many doors, not just for stability, but for happiness. And I think you deserve that. I think that I deserve that. So don't feel like you have to take advice. Don't feel like you have to be a specific version of yourself, or that you even need to be yourself. You can be whoever you want to be. If you're more comfortable being bubbly, even though sometimes it tires you out, if you are comfortable being a little bitter or sarcastic, people gain confidence from those things. And ultimately, whether you're bitter or bubbly or super intelligent or super reserved or whatever, if you do that with confidence, the confidence is going to be what draws in the people you want in your life. There will always, always be people that come in and judge anything you do. Eventually, you just got to realize that those people just come to do that, and then they go and leave and move on to the next person. But the people that come into your life and stay will stay because of that confidence, not because of what you're into, or if you're shy, or if you're outgoing, or if you're bubbly, or if you're sarcastic. You'll find your people based on just being steady. Actually, I kind of like that, being steady over being confident. If you're still awake, I want to give you some little previews of what's to come in the next few weeks. Weather permitting, I will be doing some more rain drive videos because the one I did before is very popular, and I also really like doing them. Also, I have a few different just experimental things to bounce off the walls. But I think I'm going to try and stick to a cadence of switching between soft-spoken videos, whether it be role play or different types of just soft-spoken random videos, ambient things like the dog nap or rain videos, and then do some no talking videos. So maybe things like mic scratching or I don't know, slime. Maybe I'll do a little bit more mukbang. I don't know. But as always, the comment section is your friend. I really, really would love to see any sort of comments you have with ideas for videos, anything you like to see, any kind of ASMR content you usually go to. I follow a lot of ASMR channels, but even if you want to suggest some that you like, I would be always happy to find more. Also, just one final note, liking the video, subscribing, turning on notifications, especially leaving comments, really, really helps out the channel. Those are the benchmarks of me knowing how I'm doing, me being able to start getting money from ad revenue or sponsorships or things like that. So all of those things, if you would be able to do them, really, really help me. Also, if you have any friends you want to suggest the channel to, everyone's welcome. So I hope that you enjoyed the new set, and I hope what we've talked about tonight really helps you, and that you have a great weekend. Good night.